So you're welcome to part two of the video. So here we shall be discussing the abbreviations, the abbreviations which can be found on a prescription. So abbreviations are commonly used on prescription. Basically to save time and then also spaces. The prescription is always small, and all pharmacists and health professionals should be familiar with these abbreviations, because if you know them, you can easily interpret the prescription. Now, most of the abbreviations on prescriptions are gotten from Latin, while others are just the interpretation of the English meanings. So, why Latin? As you're going to see in the next slides. Historically, prescriptions were written in Latin and are still even up today. Why? Because Latin is more concise than other languages, and it is universally understood language among medical professionals. So as we are going to see the meaning of these abbreviations, the Latin and the English meaning. However, in today's case, Latin is not commonly used, but we still retain the meanings of the abbreviations. So, for example, all of us know BID. It means twice day. But where does it come from? It comes from Latin, bis in die. Bis means twice. Gut hey, LGTT means drops or drop. H, of course, this one can be abbreviation of English. Hour. HS, at bedtime, but this is the Latin meaning. However, we have this one OD, meaning right eye. It is usually confused with this one OD, which just gotten from English, means once daily. So don't confuse these two, OD, because this one is just the English, just gotten from English. However, not commonly are these ones the OD, OS, OU used today. These ones. However, one day you could find them. Oculus sinister, right eye, oculus utequi, both eyes. Now, TID, this means 3 times a day. However, the Latin meaning is bis in die, because this should have been the abbreviation, Latin, and then the meaning. So TID, TID, ta in the 3 times a day, or TDS, ta in the so some down, or 3 times a day. Because for us usually not TID and TDS, but if you try to replicate them in English, they don't come out. TIW, twice, 3 times a week. Q or kakwe, every. If you go back with hour, means if, so if I say QH, means every hour. Q1H, every 1 hour. So now this one can also, you could have Q4H, you could have Q8H, every 8 hours. You could have Q12H, and then other, as you're going to see in the preceding meaning. So, but where does this Q comes from? Means from Q and then every hour. So QD, every day. QID is going to be a common one. QI day means 4 times a day. QS, this is English, quantity, sufficient. QW every week. So I'll just stick this one, QID, and then we have seen where they come from, from Latin, from Latin. However, which are those common abbreviations that we find in pharmacies or in prescription, sorry? I have them here, a few: ointment, BP, blood pressure, just English blood pressure, cream, oint, concentrated, DIC, discontinued, dilute, divide, dispense, ghee, gram. This one is going to be important on the strength of the active ingredient. Microgram, mcg, or sometimes it has that meaning. If I can try to replicate it, let me see if I can look for it here. That one, sorry, it has that meaning there. Micro, that W, the microgram. Forgive me for trying to cover and looking for it, because I wanted my discussions or my slides to be lively. So kilogram means kg. So you're going to see these ones commonly on the weight of the patient. GTT, we saw it earlier, gute, liquid. Max, mean, minimum, maximum, and maximum. MDI, methadose inhaler. Now, these ones are routes of drug administration: SL, sublingual; SC, subcutaneous; IV, intravenous; injection; INH, inhalation; infusion; IM, intramuscular and intradermal. This is just a repetition. OD, once daily; BID, twice a day; TDA, TDS. We have seen where they are coming from, Latin. QID, 4 times a day. Q, this one, this repetition, and we know them. Nocte, nocturnal. Start, immediately. QOD, every other day. These are the hours which we saw earlier. The Q8, which means that if I'm having OD, which is the same thing as saying Q24H, BID, Q12H, TDS, Q8H. So if you find them on a prescription, don't get confused much. OM, every morning; OQAM, QPM, PO by mouth; PRN, as needed. You see this prescription, especially for the inhalers for asthma. PV, and then PV per vaginally, PR per rectum. These ones routes of drug administration, as you saw earlier on. Now, times of days, also days are key on the prescription. Times 6 days. So 10/7, always this 7 means a week. So this is 10 days. 5/7, 5 days. Again, this one means a week. So 28 out of 7 means 4 weeks. Never divide. So 1 out of 52, we know how many weeks in a year? 52 weeks. So 1 week. So if you see 2 out of 52, those are 2 weeks. 2 out of 12, we know how many months are in a year. There are 12 months. So if you see 1 out of 12, that is 1 month. OTC, we saw this one earlier: RX, solution, suspension, syrup. Tab means a tablet, capsule. So if you know, you see tabs or cups. Suspension, this side, sorry. Suppository, pessary, a tincture, topical, troch, a lozenge with food. This is dextrose. dextrose 5%, D5, D50 dextrose 50%, normal saline. Sometimes we have dextrose 5% in normal saline or dextrose 50% in normal saline, D50NS, like D50 or D5NS, all these ones could be there. So don't get confused if you ever see them on a prescription. Just interpret them. RL is Ringer's lactate, which you commonly see as a fluid in pharmacy. WIF, water for injection, nebulizer. AAA, apply on affected area. This is ampoule. Of course, now for the vial, it has no just because it is a short word. Amount, application, all these ones. So these are some of the common abbreviations which you can easily, which you have to get to know. Make sure you replay this video, try to Google different meanings and any videos which have not included here in the abbreviations. So as always, we are having more quizzes about this abbreviation in our Google Classroom app. So try to log in as with the email provided. You'll see the quizzes, then try to recall all these abbreviations. So as always, I am Wilson, and then our goal is share pharmacy information or medical information. We shall have more and then more videos which will be coming up. So